Welcome back to the Detroit Tigers franchise on MLB the Show 20. I'm your host, longtime listener. So drop a like, comment, subscribe, and we are going to jump right into some action here. It's going to be a busy episode as we're going to run up against the All-Star break on the back end of this one. So we're going to give you sort of an abbreviated recap of these first couple of games that we're going to show you, and then dive into some standings, statistics, awards races, etc. But in this one, it's the Giants coming to Detroit to take on the Tigers, who are playing really good baseball. They are sending their ace to the hill in Matthew Boyd, who has been outstanding this year. 17 starts. He's in the discussion for the Cy Young at this point with 11 wins, an ERA that's very solid at 2.68. So he's having a great year for the Tigers, and getting things started here. It's just a routine grounder over to first. That's the first out. Then Sanchez looks at one that looked pretty good, but I guess that's low for ball 4, so it's the first base run of the ball game on the free pass there. Then it's Hunter Pence. He swings and misses a changeup breaking down out of the zone. That's the second out. First K for Boyd. And the Tigers would hold the Giants scoreless in the first. We go on to the bottom of the first. It's Johnny Cueto on the hill. The veteran right-hander having a really rough year. He's 1-9. The ERA up around 6. This is a guy that at one time was one of the better pitchers in all of baseball, but he has certainly had a rough go of it here in the 2021 campaign. And things off to a rocky start here as Travis Jankowski shoots one up the middle for a leadoff single. Then it's Lawrence Walker. And he's going to have a runner in scoring position now as Jankowski extends his league-leading stolen base total. But Walker swings and misses a slider down out of the zone there for the first out. Then it's Michael Brantley. He hits one back up the middle. The shortstop able to get to it, throws across his body, and it pulls Belt off the bag. It's going to go down as an E6, and it's now first and third with one away. Now 2 away in the inning, and it's Marwin Gonzalez. He hits one up the middle. Shortstop coming in. Can't handle it. It's another E6. 2 errors in the inning, and it is now 1-0 Tigers, but they aren't done yet. The next batter is going to be Sheldon Nweze, and he hits a ball into center field. Diving try out there, but he can't get to it, and that ball is going to go all the way to the wall, way out there in deep center field. Nweze into third with a 2-run triple as the errors do some serious damage as the Tigers are able to capitalize and put up a 3 spot in the first. Now on to the second. Austin Slater swinging at a changeup off the plate there. That's the first out of the inning. Second K for Boyd. Then Jalen Davis. First pitch he gets is down, but he goes down and gets it. Hits this ball deep to right field, and that is going into the right field bleachers to make it 3-1 here. That is the 8th of the year for Davis. Nice piece of hitting there. That pitch was down. It was over the middle to outer half of the plate, but a nice piece of professional hitting there to take that one deep and gone, and it is now 3-1. Now we go to the second. 3-2 pitch to Bodie, a hittable slider, but he swings and misses, and that's the first out of the inning. Second K for Cueto. Then it's Nico Goodrum swinging at a slider, breaking in on his hands. That's 2 down. And the third K for Cueto. Now on to the third inning. It's Yolmer Sanchez. 0-2 pitch to him is a changeup down. He doesn't like the call, but that's going to do it for the Giants in the third. Still 3-1 here in Detroit. Now at the bottom of the third, one away for Michael Brantley. He gets tied up on a slider, breaking down in at the back foot. Nice pitch from Cueto for his 4th K. Now with 2 away, it's Bert Kohler. He draws a walk on a full count there. So a base runner now, 2-1. He is off and running, and he is going to be in with a stolen base. So now a runner in scoring position and 2 down for Marwin Gonzalez. He hits the ball hard, but right at Brandon Belt at first, who steps on the bag, and that ends the threat in the third. We go to the top of the fourth. First batter is Hunter Pence. Swings at a changeup down out of the zone. He's down on strikes. And that's the 4th K for Matthew Boyd. Then Austin Slater with 2 away. Can't connect on the curve down out of the zone. Matthew Boyd, 4 strong innings, and the Tigers lead at 3-1. On to the bottom of the fourth. It's Sheldon Nweze starting things off. Gets jammed, but drops this thing just over the reach of Brandon Belt in right field, shallow right field, for a single. And then it's Jason Castro. He hits the ball hard, but nothing to show for it. So now 1 away. And Cueto trying to escape some damage here, and he's going to do it with a double play here that goes 3-6-3. That ends the threat in the fourth. Now on to the fifth. 3-1 pitch to Jalen Davis, back up the middle, past the diving Marwin Gonzalez, and it's a leadoff single, second hit of the ball game for Davis. And it's Brandon Belt There goes Davis. He's trying to steal his way into scoring position, but he is gunned down for the second out of the inning. And now Brandon Belt going to swing and miss a slider off the plate away. Nice pitch from Boyd, and we are headed to the bottom of the fifth with the score still 3-1. Jankowski at the plate with one away. He goes back up the middle, just like the bat in the first inning, and it's a one-out single for Jankowski. Then he's going to take off for second, but Walker hits a line drive that the second baseman catches as he was heading to cover the bag, and it's going to be an inning-ending double play. 3-1 as we head to the sixth. Matthew Boyd still out there. It's Aramis Garcia. The 9-hitter goes up the middle for a leadoff base hit. And usually, when you get that 9-hitter on to start an inning, you really kind of think of putting up a crooked number. And the next batter goes into right field for a single. Now it's first and second. They're going to bunt here to just put the two runners in scoring position with one away. So the sacrifice is successful. It's second and third, one out. Now Hunter Pence caught looking at a fastball up and in. Rough day for him at the plate so far. And that is the 7th K for Boyd. And then it's Mike Yastrzemski. He can't catch up with a fastball up in the zone. Matthew Boyd able to escape the trouble there in the 6th, and it's still 3-1. First batter in the bottom of the 6th is Michael Brantley. He hits one deep to center field that's going to bounce over the wall for a ground roll double. So it's leadoff runner in scoring position, and they are going to turn to the bullpen as Cueto pitched pretty well. Honestly, that first inning was not necessarily his fault. The runs technically should have gone down as unearned, but the game recorded them as earned for whatever reason. But in any case, he's got a runner on that he is responsible for as they're going to turn to Connor Menez. He has been pretty good for the Giants, the lefty out of the bullpen so far this year, but this is not going to go well. As second batter he faces is Marwin Gonzalez, and he's going shopping in the gap. That's going to drive in that run and make it 4-1. Still one out in the inning and a runner on second. And it's Sheldon Nweze. He gets a hanger and just crushes this. He knew it was gone, flips the bat, and he is going to touch them all as that ball is over the center field wall, 435 feet. As a 2-run homer for Nweze is the 15th of the year for him, as he is having one heck of a campaign in 2021 for the Detroit Tigers. And it is now 6-1 as Cameron Maven going to take one up the middle. There were runners on first and second here. Bodie is going to come in and score, and that is going to make it 7-1 now. And the Tigers go on to win this one 7-3 as the Giants rallied to put up a couple runs, kind of try and make it interesting. But the Tigers were just too much for them in this one. As Sheldon Nweze went 3 for 4, a double shy of the cycle. Boyd picks up the win, going 7 strong innings, 5 hits, 1 walk, and 10 Ks. Cueto with the loss. He goes registered 4 earned runs, but like I said earlier, 3 of them should have been unearned because of the errors back in the first inning. But nonetheless, he's going to get saddled with the loss in this one. As we'll take a look at some of the statistics here overall, the Tigers with 11 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts as a team. So pretty solid performance there. They got the homer from Nweze, stolen bases for Kohler and Jankowski, and Perez came in giving them 2 innings, 1 run allowed, and they registered just 6 hits and 2 walks as a team against 13 Ks. So that's going to do it for this one, and we are going to go right back out to more action as the Tigers have won 8 in a row as they approach the All-Star break, and they are going to host the Chicago, or actually they're going out to Guaranteed Rate Field to take on the Chicago White Sox. The Tigers sitting at 64-32, with 1 game to go before the All-Star break, which is very impressive considering how bad they were just a couple of years ago. Dallas Keuchel on the hill for the White Sox. He's 7-6 on the year with 19 starts. He's got an ERA of 3.32. So the veteran lefty is getting it done for them as the White Sox hope to make a playoff push down the stretch here. But it's going to probably have to be a wild card the way the Tigers are playing. 2 out in the first. Brantley hits this ball hard, but it is going to actually gets down in right field for a 2-out single. Then it's Lawrence Walker. He's going to draw a base on balls, and now first and second, 2 down in the inning. And that'll bring up Bert Kohler. 2-1 pitch to him is hit well, but it's going to hang up in center field and be caught by Robert for the final out of the inning. And we head to the bottom of the first. On the hill for the Tigers is Jordan Blazovic. He has pitched pretty well for them of late. Got that ERA down to about 3.5. The whip at 1.19, and he's got 9 wins already on the season. So he was a rookie last year and won 15 games, and he's off to a pretty solid first half for the Tigers this year. First batter, though, is going to draw an 8-pitch walk here, and he's got some speed, so trouble in the early going already for Blazovic. Next batter takes a strike in off the plate, that fastball running in on Marcus Semien for the first out. Then the next batter hits a ball to the first baseman, who goes to the second, back to first, and it's a 3-6-1 double play for the Tigers as they get out of that early pickle. On to the second, 0-2 pitch to Nweze. He swings through a slider, breaking in on the back foot. Tough pitch there. Now to the bottom of the second, it's Mitch Haniger. He swings at a slider off the plate. He's down on strikes. That's the second K for Blazovic. Then it's Yoan Moncada. 0-1 pitch to him is hit to third. In the hole, nice try by Goodrum, but he is not going to have a play, and it's a one-out single for Moncada. Next batter is down on strikes. That's Nomar Mazara. And that's the third K for Blazovic. And now with 2 down, it's Jose Abreu. He hits a comebacker that Blazovic kind of spins and kicks it over towards third. Nweze heads up play to come and get it, makes the play, throws it to first. Actually, that was David Bodie, and that ends the inning in the second. On to the third. First batter is David Bodie, and he's going into the gap. This is going to be extra bases to start off the inning as he is in with a stand-up double, and the Tigers have an opportunity to get out in front now. One out in the inning, it's Cameron Maben. He hits the ball into right field. That's going to go all the way to the right field wall. Bodie coming in to score. It's going to be 1-0 as the Tigers are on top. Runner in scoring position. Now 2 away in the inning, it's Lawrence Walker. He hits a ball deep to left field. It's going to short hop the wall. That's going to score another run. It's now 2-0 on the RBI double from Lawrence Walker. He's having a good first half of the season as well. Next batter is Bert Kohler. He chases a slider off the plate away for the final out of the inning, but the Tigers out to a 2-0 lead. 1 away in the third, it's Blazovic. That ball is back up the middle for a 1-out single, and there's speed on the bases here. Then it's Lewis Robert. He hits the ball hard right at the second baseman, and it's going to be a 4-6-3 double play, and it's 2 for the price of 1 for the Tigers. We go to the fourth, and it is still 2-0 Tigers in this one. Sheldon Nweze starting things off, hits a line drive back up the middle as he continues to impress this year, and it's a leadoff single for the Tigers. He is on a 12-game hitting streak, is Nweze, so he is definitely seeing the ball well. Next batter hits the ball hard. It's Brandon Dixon, but that's going to be a 5-6 or 5-4-3 double play, and the Tigers now down to the last out of the inning. It's Jake Rogers. He gets a hanging changeup, hits it deep to center field on an 0-2 pitch. Robert makes a leaping try at it, but that ball is gone. 416 feet. That is the 6th of the year for Rogers. Keuchel upset with himself as an 0-2 pitch should never be a changeup down the middle, obviously, and it is now 3-0 Tigers on the 2-out solo shot. First batter in the fourth is Marcus Semien, hits a ball in the hole. Goodrum, nice backhanded stop, throws. It looked like they had him, but they call him safe, so the Tigers are actually going to challenge this one. Umpire's going to get together and take a look at this one again, and they are going to overturn the call on the field, so it is an out, first out of the inning. And now later in the inning, an 0-2 pitch to Mitch Haniger with 2 away. He swings and misses a slider. He's down on strikes again. And Jordan Blazovic has pitched scoreless through 4 innings. First batter in the fifth is Nico Goodrum. He goes back up the middle for a single to start things off. And Keuchel in trouble again here in the fifth. Then it's Cameron Maben. He hits a ball deep to center field. Roberts going back. This ball is going to be almost an instant replay of the home run that Jake Rogers hit a couple of innings ago, as it's just beyond the leaping try out in center field. The 5th of the year for Cameron Maben, 413 feet, a 2-run shot that makes it 5-0, and that is going to do it for Dallas Keuchel. He goes 4+ innings, giving up 5 runs in this one, and he is in position to take a loss here if his team can't turn it around offensively. They're going to turn to Bernardo Flores out of the bullpen. 83 innings of work already, and they haven't necessarily been that good, as his ERA is sitting at 5.83. And the first batter he faces is Michael Brantley, who hits one through the shift on the left side. He's going to try and get aggressive and go for 2, but he is out at second. Nice heads-up play there to hustle over and get him trying to squeeze an extra base out of that one. And it's big because the next batter is Lawrence Walker and hits the ball down the left field line into the corner. That's going to be a stand-up double. So instead of it being, either 6-0 or 2 on, nobody out, it's just 1 runner on But the next batter is Sheldon Noisy, and he crushes this one. That ball is gone as he just continues to mash. He's got 18 homers as we head to the All-Star break. That was 445 feet. A 2-run shot makes it 7-0, as the White Sox are certainly in trouble in this one. Now on to the bottom of the 5th. First batter, first pitch, hits one deep to left and gone. So just like that, they're on the board. So Moncada saying, we got to get something going here, guys. He hits his 18th of the year, 365 feet, cuts the lead to 6. It is now 7-1. Next batter, Nomar Mazara, hits the ball back up the middle. So he's on with nobody out. And the White Sox are trying to rally here in the 5th. Then it's Jose Abreu. He goes up the middle, so it's first and second. Still nobody out. And a big opportunity for the White Sox here. And Danny Mendick now with one away, runners on the corners, hits the ball hard. First baseman dives, knocks it down, steps on the bag, but a run does come in to score. So it's 7-2 now. Runner on second and 2 down in the inning. Now Luis Robert swinging at a slider, can't connect, and that is going to end the threat. So it's 7-2. The White Sox are on the board. They've cut the lead to 5, but after 5, they still trail this one. And it's now on to the bottom of the 6th. Balazovic still out there, gets the swing and strike out on Moncada there. That's his 6th K, second out of the inning. 2 runners on, though, but he does get the next batter to hit a soft grounder to first. Trouble over there at first, though, for Brandon Dixon. Not sure what happened there. They register it as a hit, but that was an error. Nonetheless, it is 7-3. Runners on the corners and 2 outs, and he does get Abreu to hit that ground ball over to second and end the inning. But Balazovic saddled with an extra earned run there that should have probably been unearned. Either way, the Tigers are up 4. Cameron Maben now in the top of the 7th, taking one into the gap to start things off. That's going to be a stand-up double, and the Tigers trying to answer and extend this lead now, as they've got Kelvin Herrera coming out of the bullpen for the White Sox. He's got an ERA of about 5.5 on the year, so veteran right-hander not getting it done for them this year. And Michael Brantley hits the ball into left field. Cameron Maben couldn't advance on the play as he had to make sure that was going to get down, so it's first and second. There goes Walker on strikes. That's the first out of the inning. And then it's Sheldon Noisy with 2 down in the inning. He hits the ball into left field. That's going to get down. Maben going to come in and score and make it 8-3. Still 2 out in the inning. But that's all the Tigers would get. So we go to the bottom of the inning. It's Tony Watson coming on in relief. He has kind of struggled a little bit of late, but the first batter he faces is down on strikes. So that's a good start. 8-3. And 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. Next batter, Danny Mendick. 1-2 pitch. Nice piece of hitting here as he goes the other way, takes it into right field for a 1-out single. Watson now going after Luis Robert. 3-2 pitch. That ball is into the gap. He centered that one up, and that is going to go all the way to the wall in right center field. It's going to be a triple for Robert and a RBI, as it is now 8-4. Runner on third, just 1 away in the inning, and the Tigers making a change going to Joe Jimenez. He's been okay for the Tigers, but the ERA is still a little bit higher than where they would like to see it. First batter he faces hits one deep to center. It's going to be over the glove of Michael Brantley. That's going to score a run and make it 8-5, and a runner in scoring position, still just 1 away in the inning. Then it's Eloy Jimenez. High breaking ball there hanging, and it's into center field. Another run is going to score here and make it 8-6. So the White Sox are right back in this now with a tying run coming to the plate in Mitch Haniger. 2-2 pitch to him. Strike 3, 96-mile-an-hour fastball, as he is having a day he'd like to forget for sure. Then it's Yohan Moncada chasing a changeup off the plate to end the threat in the 7th. So a big out there from Joe Jimenez. And the White Sox turning now to Jimmy Cordero out of the bullpen in the 8th inning, trying to keep this thing at just a 2-run deficit. But Jake Rogers comes up, draws a walk. That's not the way you want to start the inning. But now we move ahead to 2 out in the inning. Runner still on first. It's Cameron Maben. He hits the ball deep to center field, but this is going to hang up and be caught. So it's going to be 8-6 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. On in relief is going to be Scott Alexander. He was off to a really bad start for the season, but he has started to pitch a little bit better of late. They're going to need him to do well here, as it's just a 2-run ball game. 2 away in the inning. There's a ground ball to first. Steps on the bag. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Alexander, and we head to the 9th. Aaron Bummer going to come on for the White Sox. He's been okay for them in 20 and a third innings over 24 appearances, but this would not be a good one for him. First batter is Michael Brantley. Routine fly to right center field. That's caught for the first out, so no trouble there. Lawrence Walker hits a ground ball to third. It's going to be a 5-3 putout, so 2 away, but this is where things start to unravel. It's Marwin Gonzalez, 3-1 pitch just off the outside black, called ball 4. 1 on now for Sheldon Nweze. 3-1 pitch to him is off the corner. That's ball 4, so now runners on first and second, and it's Brandon Dixon. Ball 4 outside. The bases are loaded now with 2 away. So now that he's walked the bases loaded, it's Jake Rogers on a 2-1 pitch, gets a sinker right down the middle, and he unloads on this ball and unloads the bases in the process. It is a grand slam, second home run of the game for Rogers. That one is a backbreaker, as the White Sox had battled back to make it a 2-run ball game. Now it is a 6-run ball game, 12-6. 461 feet on that shot, and the Tigers are going to hang on to win this one by the score of 12-6, as Scott Alexander getting a 2-inning save in this one as he stayed on to finish things out in the 9th. And Jordan Balazovic picking up win number 10 on the year as he went 6 innings, 8 hits and a walk, 3 earned while striking out 6. Jake Rogers gets player of the game honors, going 2 for 4 with 2 homers, including that big grand slam late in the ball game. And Dallas Keuchel saddled with the loss, going just 4 innings, allowing 5 earned over that stretch. Looking at the box score, the Tigers put up 15 hits in this one, 5 walks, 3 of them in that last inning there, and 5 strikeouts on the day. They got homers from Maben, Noisy, and 2 from Rogers. And the bullpen did a decent job outside of Watson. I mean, you know, all in all, 12 hits and a walk, not terrible. 9 strikeouts on the day, and that does it for this one as the Tigers win it 12-6. Now we're going to look at some standings as we are at the All-Star break. In the American League East, the Rays and Yankees are dead even, with the Red Sox just 1 game back in that division, so a really tight race there. Going to be interesting to see how that one finishes out. In the Central, it is your Detroit Tigers with 65 wins at the break. They're 6.5 games up on the Twins, 15 up on the White Sox, who are desperately trying to stay relevant in the wild card race at least, but it's not looking good for them at this point. In the West, it is the Houston Astros out in front as they are sitting at 60-36, 6 games up on the A's, who are 55-43. And in the wild card, you see here Rays, Twins, Yankees all right there in the mix. The Red Sox just a half game back, and the A's and White Sox kind of trying to stay relevant there. In the National League, it's the Washington Nationals in first place in the East over the Braves by 3 games, with the Mets and Phillies 8 and 9.5 games back respectively. The NL Central is just a mess. Nobody wants to win this division as the Brewers are in first place at 48-48. So we'll see what happens there, but just ugly baseball in general. The Dodgers continue to dominate in the National League West. They are 67-30, with the Rockies having a good season, but 7.5 back, 59-37. Although in the wild card, they're in position there with the Braves in spot for the second wild card bid, with the Mets and Phillies right there. The Cubs and Pirates are on the outside looking in for sure. In the American League, it's Xander Bogaerts having a outstanding year. He's hitting .353. Bert Kohler at .329, good for second in the league. Bogaerts has 35 home runs, so he's tops in that category as well. And he's also leading the RBI charge, so he's in position for the Triple Crown as he is just dominating in the American League at the moment. In terms of RBIs, there's Bert Kohler sitting with 74, so he's having a heck of a season. Jankowski leading the way with 25 stolen bases. He's having a pretty good year in general. There's Bert Kohler again, 15 stolen bases, impressive for a first baseman. Xander Bogaerts, the OPS is just astronomical at 1.153. Are you kidding? If he keeps that up, it's going to be an interesting season to see where he finishes overall. Matthew Boyd with 14 wins. That is tops in all of baseball at the moment. So he's putting himself in the discussion for the Cy Young in the early going. Tyler Duffy's got 32 saves. That's best in the AL. Jordan Hicks sitting there with 25. Kyle Funkhauser, this guy's a former Tiger. He is having one heck of a season in relief for the Twins. He's got 118 innings of work and the best ERA in the league, 10-0. So a very impressive season for him so far. Lucas Giolito's got 167 strikeouts, way out in front in the AL with Matthew Boyd sitting there in third. Boyd also leading the way in terms of innings pitched in the American League at 139. Masahiro Tanaka, 1.02 whip is good for the best. There's Matthew Boyd in third. So he's definitely got to be in the mix for the Cy Young, I would think. Lucas Giolito's got the best pitching WAR in the league. Matthew Boyd sitting there in third there. And no question who the WAR leader is in terms of offensive. It is Xander Bogaerts, and it's not even close. You see Marwin Gonzalez there in 10th, and there's Burt Kohler, the rookie, in 13th. In the NL, it's Max Muncy hitting .335, leading the way there. Cody Bellinger has got 26 homers, tied with Eugenio Suarez for the tops in that category. RBIs is also Cody Bellinger with 74, tied with Nolan Arenado in that spot. In terms of stolen bases, it's 25 in the NL as well. And Paul Goldschmidt, the OBP leader, slugging is Max Muncy, and as is OPS leader. So he's having a heck of a season. Not a guy you'd think you'd see at the top of that list. So the Dodgers just, the rich get richer, I guess. There's Clayton Kershaw, 12 wins, along with Corey Kluber, German Marquez, and Aaron Nola, all with 12. And you see 4 Dodgers in the top 10 in wins. That is ridiculous. Brandon Morrow, 36 saves. That's a guy that's been injured for a fair amount of his career, but he's putting it together for the Rockies, and they're having a heck of a season again. There's Marquez with a 1.92 ERA. Mitch Keller just behind him, but on the injured reserve list at the moment for the Pirates. Not what they want when they're trying to stay relevant in the playoff race. In terms of strikeouts, it's Max Scherzer with 164, just ahead of Jack Flaherty. Complete games, let's see, innings pitched, German Marquez, 145. This guy is super impressive when you consider he's doing that in Colorado. Not exactly a pitcher haven by any stretch. And he's also leading the way in whip with a .89 mark at this point in the season. That is just flat dealing. Walker Buehler's got the best WAR in the National League, and Bryce Harper has got it in terms of offensive WAR. Now, in terms of awards, Matthew Boyd is second in the list for Cy Young vote getters currently in terms of projections. There's Burt Kohler in first for the Rookie of the Year. I would imagine he would hold on to that unless he falls apart in the second half. And in terms of some Gold Glove races, Marwin Gonzalez is in the mix for the Gold Glove at short. Michael Brantley's got it locked up for now in left, and Cameron Maybin is in the mix for one in center field. So that's something to keep an eye on. And let's see what else. All-Star votes. We've got Matthew Boyd second in terms of starting pitching, so he ought to be getting a nod for the All-Star game this year. Kyle Funkhauser there having a really impressive season. Jordan Hicks is fifth in the vote getting for closers, so not sure if he'll get selected. Mitch Garver's getting the nod at the catcher position. Burt Kohler way out in front at first base, so that's not even close. He is going to be an all-star as a rookie. Whit Merrifield's got it locked up at second from the looks of things. Alex Bregman at third base. And look at this. Sheldon Neuse is having a heck of a season, hitting .347 with 18 home runs and 59 driven in, and he is ninth in All-Star voting. That's unfair, honestly. That is a ton of depth at that position in the American League. That's just crazy. At shortstop, it is no surprise here that it's Xander Bogaerts. I mean, the guy is just having an unreal season. If you finished the season with those numbers, you'd be super impressed. Michael Brantley, second in left field, vote getting, and that is pretty much it in terms of Tigers players that are relevant in this discussion. So one other thing we want to look at real quick is just player statistics on this team. So offensively, Elvis Vizcaino out on the DL for the season, so nothing to update there. There's Sheldon Neuse, top OPS on the team. Burt Kohler, 329 with 19 homers and 74 driven in with 15 steals at this point in the year. Heck of a season from the rookie. Brandon Dixon taking advantage of his opportunity. There's Lawrence Walker having a solid season. Marwin Gonzalez putting up very good numbers, 281 with 17 homers. Michael Brantley, 295 with 17 homers. David Bodie, 271 with 10 dingers. There's Jake Rogers, turned it on lately. He's hitting 270 with 7 home runs. Cameron Maben having a solid go. Starting to turn things around. Castro about as advertised. The average is down, but the homers are there at 13. We'll take that. If he can finish the season around 20, we'll take it. Nico Goodrum, pretty much as advertised. Average is slipping a little bit, but he's not a guy that's going to hit 300 every year anyway. And Jankowski would like to see that average come up a little bit, but he's stealing a ton of bases, so when he gets on, he's trouble. And Harold Castro, Mr. Singles, hitting 288. Hasn't gotten a ton of at-bats this year, but he's doing well when he's getting opportunities, so can't complain there. Pitching, Matthew Boyd leading this team in just about every category so far. So we've already kind of covered him. Xiaoqing Chang, 1.2 whip. The ERA right at 4. He's got 9 wins, so he's pitching pretty well. We'll take that. Jordan Balazovic really turned it on. He's got 10 wins and an ERA sitting at 3.6. Jordan Hicks has been consistently just kind of good but not great. 25 saves on the year. Daniel Norris has been pretty much as advertised. Would like to see the whip come down just a touch. Arodys Vizcaíno has been pretty solid for us. Tony Watson starting to struggle over the last month or so. Casey Mize has been okay, but has cooled off in his last couple of starts. Tim Meza has been consistently okay. Franklin Perez is doing, serviceable work as a long reliever. Spencer Turnbull is probably the disappointment on the team. And Scott Alexander and Joe Jimenez just kind of continue to try and put together a season. But guys, that is going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, and comment below as we will see you all next time.